Hi, I'm Victor Margiotta, and this is the Community Show. I am excited and thrilled to have Gene Capicotti on the show. This is actually his third appearance on my show, so I had to cook this time. So we're going to make a little seared tuna salad. I've got enough stuff here to make an excellent salad. We're going to sear the tuna. He doesn't like it too rare, so we're going to try and cook it just the way he likes it. And the feast is coming to town, so we're going to talk about the feast. And nothing talks more about community than the Italian feast. It's been going on since 1922. It's a family affair. The family is the cornerstone of the community. And it's the most important thing in society today is the family. Family values, things passed down from generation to generation. The feast is a perfect example of something that's being passed down from generation to generation. Gene's father passed it down to him. He passed it down to his son. Now his nephew, Anthony, is running the feast. We're going to talk about the fireworks. We're going to talk about the history of the feast. Gene has started something excellent for the veterans. And for the last few years, he's been doing something for veterans. And we're going to talk all about that. We're not going to cook right away. What we're going to make is going to be fast. This is something you could cook at home, and probably going to take only about 15 minutes to cook, so we're going to talk a little first. Gene, thanks for coming on.
My pleasure, Vic.
And like I said, this is your third appearance. I really appreciate it.
It's always a pleasure.
Yeah, you're my favorite guest. So, now, how old were you? When was the first memories of the feast for you?
Oh, when I was 6 years old, I used to go down to the feast and pitch pennies and wait for all the booths to leave so I could pick up the pennies that nobody ever had. They'd fall off the booth and I would pick them up.
Yeah.
And then from there, it's just always been a part of me from when I was 6 years old. And I always used to see all the old timers parade with the statue. And I always said to myself, who wants to be president? I just want to be chairman of the feast. Because they were so proud of what they were doing, and it's a wonderful thing. I mean, people come and they see us parade with our statue, and they look for miracles that may not ever happen, but at least it's a belief that they have, and it's absolutely wonderful. Over the past, the feast is going now 92 years, and it wasn't just my family. I mean, my father had it. The Carbones, John Carbone had it, and from there, my Uncle Angelo had it, passed down to Frankie Marfiotti. He did a wonderful job for 12 years. Frankie did, my brother Tony had it for 15 years, Chubby they call him.
Chubby.
I've had it for 15 years. Now my nephew Anthony has it for 5 years. And it's always been like feast time, everybody seems to band together, come together because Our Lady of Mount Carmel is just not an organization that runs a feast. We do things like you just mentioned. Our veterans, every Armed Forces Day in May, we have a picnic for our veterans, and some of the money comes from there to help do that. And we support a lot of organizations in the area that need help. I mean, we can't give tons of stuff, but we can give what we can give. And it's a good feeling. It's like a give back type of feeling. It's and this year's feast should be even bigger and better. I mean, we're known for our fireworks, and I can remember the days when my father, he's the guy that brought the fireworks into the area, and he was the nucleus of firework. But you don't see him like that anymore. But then he passed it down to my brother and me. And I remember when my father and my brother used to shoot the show. And that's what we're known for. I mean, people come from all over just to see our fireworks. Our fireworks are... And now this year, my nephew Anthony, he's the chairman of the feast, and he's doing a good job. And he's going to shoot the show. But years ago when we started, it was a flare or a punk. Now everything is computerized, electric, and it makes for a better show, but it's no fun.
Yeah, no. I mean, because you had to light it and run,
light,
right?
light it, stay there, and keep lighting.
Yeah.
But it was, like I say, we're known for that.
Yeah.
And we're known for our sausage and pepper booth. This year we're having sausage and peppers, hamburgers, hot dog. The Ladies Auxiliary, they're a big part of the organization. They're having their wine booth there. And then we got our clam booth, our shrimp booth. My nephew David, who owns the cookery, is bringing his pizza oven, only for a few days. But everybody comes and we're having all kinds of entertainment right through the whole week, Wednesday through Sunday.
Okay.
So and at this time, people band together. Who cuts the peppers? Who cuts the onions? It's like an assembly line, and it really works out very well. And it not just helps us; it's something for the community, and something for the people that need.
Yeah.
We help them out. Thanksgiving, we help people out, but it's a very good organization. So, like I say, it's generation after generation, and I hope it keeps. At 92 years, I hope it just keeps right on running.
Yeah.
You know, long after I'm gone, I hope they just keep up the tradition, because there's nothing like it. There really isn't.
I know.
So.
I tell you, the whole town looks forward to it every year.
Yeah.
It just brings the whole town to life, you know? It just makes us feel like we're on the map now,
Yeah.
you know?
And this year we're going to try something different. We're going to try. My brother and myself, we used to attend a lot of feasts in Brooklyn and Manhattan, and they used to call what they call the lift. It's the Agilio, the Feast of the Agilio, where they lift it, a thing that's 4 stories high.
That's
100
right.
guys
I've seen that.
But we don't have a statue of Mount Carmel. So what we're going to do is try to do mini processions Friday through Sunday through the crowd to let them know that this is what it's all about. So, every year you look to change, make a little change, so doesn't become mundane. But it's going to be really a nice looking thing if they can do it. And Saturday, the firemen put together a parade.
Oh, they're going to have a parade.
Yeah,
this
we're going to
year.
have a parade on
Excellent.
Saturday.
What time is that
Starts at
usually?
5 o'clock.
Okay.
The parade.
Excellent.
And it's they always fireman parade always draws a
Yeah,
crowd.
definitely.
And they come right down into the field, and from that it becomes alive. That's really, really wonderful. So.
All right, so don't forget, Saturday is the parade, so you got to go to the parade. So that date will be the
That's 16, 17, 8,
the 8th,
19th, I think.
the 19th.
And then Sunday is our procession,
Okay.
our big procession. We have 11 o'clock Mass at
Yes.
St. Patrick's Church, and from there we take the statue, come out, the fireworks, and then we parade along the streets, and then we come back, and when she's rested, we do fireworks.
Yeah.
So it gives you a little chill when the fireworks
Yeah,
go off.
because when those bombs go off.
Yeah,
right?
kind of nice.
Yeah,
So,
you know.
So that's basically the history of the feast, most of it. But from when I was 6 years old till now,
Yeah.
I still get like a kid when I go.
Oh,
down
I
there.
know. It really is.
We sit under our grapevine in the backyard because I'm right on the corner. And years ago, when my dad, my mother, your godmother,
My godmother.
when the band used to come by, and they would march down to the feast and set the statue, they'd play right back up and march into the yard. My mother would feed them spaghetti. Yeah. They were the good old days, but
Well, now your yard has an oven, a wood-fired oven.
when
It's
my brother was
beautiful.
alive, his son-in-law
Yep.
was going to give him a gift, so he put a 30-foot concrete table and a beautiful brick oven.
It's unbelievable.
Beautiful, that cooks the greatest. You would know pizza.
Yeah.
You are the pizza guy.
It's amazing how fast, too, because
1 minute,
it's like
1 minute,
700 degrees in that
1
thing.
minute, 1 minute.
1 minute,
You
done.
got the thing goes up to 700, 800, 900.
Yeah.
When they put that thing in there, but it's wonderful. But it was a great place to grow up, and the feast was part of my growing up.
Yeah. And talk about having picnics. The biggest thing about the feast is everybody has a picnic in their yard. All the families come, their friends come, they hang out in the yard, and right down to the feast.
Yeah, yeah. Most of our board members, like I say, they've always been the Constantinos, the Marbitos, the Marfiotis, the Albanese,
Albanese.
all of them. They've always been a part, and in every yard you find a picnic.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's
That's just
kind
as
of
big a part of it as the feast itself.
You know, I just recently, well, not just recently, last year, my nephew, who I just talked about, took me to a trip in Italy for 3 weeks, and I
David.
went over there. Yep, I went over there to see the feast.
Okay.
Well, I didn't go to see the feast. We went on a little cooking and wine tour.
Yeah.
But he surprised me because my father was born in a small town called Pentone, Italy.
Oh my gosh.
And he took me there.
Wow.
And when I went there, I had the honor of my 2 cousins were in charge of the fireworks. And I was excited. And they let me shoot.
Oh my gosh.
And it was just, it almost made it like it was the cycle of my life.
Wow.
I had completed the cycle of my life. And I seen feast, but it's all about passion there too.
Yeah.
I mean, it really, if you don't get in the church by 7 o'clock, you don't get a seat. It was absolutely wonderful. And they parade the statue through the mountains, 3-4 miles through the mountains.
See
They
that?
come down and the fireworks go off. It's beautiful. So it came from Italy. This is
Yeah,
the
this
same type of
tradition,
thing. So
exactly. And
beautiful. So
that's what it's all about. Tradition, family values.
yeah.
It's just so important.
No, I love
That's-
every minute of it. I love every minute. I live from year to year just to see that feast.
Definitely.
So and now that my nephew took over, it's still in the family. you
Yeah.
know.
And Anthony does a great job. I work at the Paradise, my family's business. I've been there, well, since I was 8, so 40 years, I guess. But there is so much going on between all the stuff you need for a salad, all the stuff you need, to cook with. To be on top of everything at all times, it seems like you're always running out of something. Thank God for Angie next door,
Yeah.
because there's a couple times where we'd have to run over and get something that we ran out of. I mean, that's got to be part of what the feast is like
Oh.
sometimes.
I mean, we order
really
1,000
gotta be
pounds
organized.
of sausage. Don't know if we're going to have enough.
Yeah.
But we got to stay on top of things. It's one of them things that you get used to it after a while.
Yeah.
You get used to it after
Yeah.
a while. And some of the guys are always on call. They come down.
Somebody
they-
could run
yeah,
to the
go-
hardware
yeah,
store,
yeah.
or run to wherever.
Yep, and they deliver,
Yeah.
and they work hard. They set up the stands and
Yeah.
do things. Like I say, they're going to start setting them up July 3rd. July 13th. They're going to start setting the
Yeah.
stands.
And then the lights come in,
The
right?
lights come in the week
decorations
before.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. But before that, we have the golf outing this
Okay,
Friday.
let's
we
talk
have
about that.
our annual. My
Yeah.
brother, named after my brother,
Yep, Anthony Capicotti.
Capicotti here. It's to help to raise funds to help our club
Okay.
keep going during the year.
Sure.
The golf outing, John Hunt runs it,
Okay.
and he does a great job. He does a great, and you're going to help me cook,
Yes.
Rick, for the golf outing because they can play at Casper Kill.
Casper Kill, that's
And
a great course. I
yeah,
love that course.
Where they get 120 a man, they get
Yeah,
the shrimp
it's worth
and
every
clams
penny.
and steak.
For sure.
And it's worth every penny, but it's a nice event, and it keeps our club going, help keep our club going for you. And our feast pays the bills
Yep.
for the year. So we're a nonprofit, and we do a lot for the Little League. They use our field. So
Yeah, they did a good job this year. They came
they
in.
did a good job. They put a fence up
yeah,
and the scoreboard
yeah,
for the kids.
looks really good.
So
Now, if somebody wants to be a member, how can they go about?
just come down, get an application.
Yep.
And 1 month lays on the table for 1 month, and the next month you get sworn in.
Okay,
And we've been getting a lot of members.
excellent.
A lot of members. They want to be a part of it because
Sure.
they've seen the veterans. And talk a little bit about the veterans. Myself and this woman that helps us out, Fran Fenton, we went out to get money, and I'll tell you the truth. Local 21
Excellent.
of the Steamfitters Union, they gave us money. Operating engineers, everybody opened their hearts for the veterans, and we
Excellent.
raised enough money to feed these guys. It was wonderful. The town of Cortland Employees Union gave us money. It's no longer Lafarge, Continental. They were a big part of us too. So it was, and to see what that was with all these veterans, these guys coming in, was worth every penny. It was worth every penny. So next year it's the same thing. People want to come. The veterans, it's open free to the veterans and their family.
What month is it usually?
It's May, usually
The
around
weekend?
May 18th.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
usually a Saturday,
Yeah,
right?
we serve hot dogs, hamburgers, sausage and pepper. We have Cole's Market donated salads. Everybody donates. Now, who wouldn't? I mean,
course.
the guys, so they did a good job. And the VA brings them in by buses, and we feed them. And it's a day in the sun for them.
Now you brought the tent in, just in
tent.
case, because you never know
the
if it's
big
going to
tent?
rain. Yeah.
That was 80 by 100. That tent was a beauty. And all the vets, last year it was so hot they stood underneath it.
Yeah.
And we had people, some of the women from the area volunteered and they served them. So it was beautiful. It turned out like a beautiful thing. So.
Excellent.
So that's basically what the club is all about. I mean,
Sure.
we do a lot of things we've done a lot of good things. It's a good club that does a lot of good things
For sure.
for people that need.
All right. First, I'm going to take my ginger. We got to peel it. Now, you've been doing fireworks for how many years?
Oh my God! This will be. I started with my father in Depew Park.
What was that for?
50
What was the
55
event? Do you
years
remember?
ago. They used to have fireworks at Depew Park, and they were some world-class fireworks
Yeah.
up there by the pool. And my dad used to do them with my brother, and I was a little kid. And the first thing I ever did, I don't know if you would remember, Vic, but they used to have set pieces.
Yeah.
And this was a bicycle where you had to run a bicycle. My father, to give my first experience, run across the field. I almost choked at that, but I ran across the field with the bike. I felt like a king because I felt like a star because everybody's watching me. But that was the beginning. So and then after that, my brother really got into it.
Yeah.
He was the guy. He
Oh,
really
he
got
loves it.
and he loved it. That was one of his passions. And then he got me into it. And I'm still doing it. I got a show next week and a few. Now my son Michael wants to get into it.
Really?
Yeah, he took his pyrotechnics test, and he went and he's a physician.
What
But
the heck,
that's what
right?
he does. That's what he does.
Well, it's in your blood, really.
Yeah,
You've been doing
yeah.
it forever.
That's what he told me. You know, I said, "Son, you're a doctor." He said, "Well, it's in your blood, Father." And I said, "Okay."
Yeah. And where did you go to pyrotechnic school? Where,
Who, Mike?
Yeah.
He worked with me. He used
Oh,
to shoot
okay.
with me quite a bit. And if you got some experience, you need 5 years with a team. I had my pyrotechnics license now for almost 45 years, and he's worked with me on many shows, and he wanted to get his license. So I guess it's fun, and that's what it is.
course.
It's fun. So, but between him and my nephews, they all are into it.
Look how easy that was.
Yeah, that was
Came
nice.
right out.
There you go.
That was,
There you go.
must have got a ripe one. So we'll cut up the avocado and put a couple on the plate. Oh, that one's ripe.
You know, Vic, you talk about working in your restaurant.
Yeah.
I worked there when I was 14 years old.
Really? What did you do?
I made pizzas.
Yeah?
Yeah, from all my 4 years of high school,
Uh-huh.
I made pizzas, and I'll tell you, your dad ran that. Your dad.
He's
I remember
tough.
he was too tired to walk sometimes. We were so busy in there, but he was a good man. He could run a business. That guy.
He taught me everything I know.
Yeah, he's a
I mean,
good
I learned
man.
a couple things here and there, but now this is a mixed greens. They call that the mesclun mix. It's got radicchio in there and spinach and looks like a couple other things. So I got the pan going for the seared tuna. That's going to take one more second. I'm going to start the sauce, the ginger garlic. So I'll put some oil in here.
That's the stuff. Huh?
That's it. Olive oil,
That's it.
virgin. We'll get the ginger in there. There we go, sizzling a little. I already chopped up some garlic, so we'll get that in there. A lot of garlic. Get it all in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can't go wrong with that.
Now, I slice a little. We'll get some carrots on here. I want to say hi to John Koski. He's got some lettuce coming for me. Don't forget my lettuce, John. All right? So that's just a little reminder. We're going to skip the salt. This is low salt, antipasto. Now, you're diabetic.
Yeah.
How is it now not being able to eat the regular pasta?
Not very good.
No.
Not very good. I was raised on pasta
Yeah.
and pasta fagioli,
Oh, I know.
and I just
I know.
miss it.
It's terribly, right? Okay, so we're going to put our soy sauce. The garlic and the ginger is nice and brown. We'll get that in there. Let that reduce a little bit. Okay, we are ready for the tuna. You know what I'm going to do, though? I'm going to put the oil right on the tuna itself. Okay. And we're going to cook it a little longer than usual, only because Jean doesn't like raw stuff. So we'll get that in there. Put some oil on top.
My son always asks me how you like your sushi. I
Yeah,
said,
cooked. Well, the first time I had it, I ordered the boat,
Yeah.
and it came. I had it delivered, and I didn't even get halfway through, and I had to put it in the microwave. It was good. It tasted like fish.
Yeah.
All right, so we got some tomatoes in there, and you know how I like to cut this long ways, right? And then they look like spears. So we have that, and we put these on the side. We have our little bit of cucumber spears in with the avocados.
Very
Avocados
nice.
are very good for
Very
you.
nice, yeah.
Beautiful, right?
I was reading an article about avocados.
Yeah.
It's very, very good
Yeah.
for you.
They say it's a little high in cholesterol,
Yeah.
but it's the good cholesterol, so
They
that's
said
okay.
rather than mayonnaise, use avocado. That's it.
Yeah.
It was
Well,
a
you get the
Cooking Light
guacamole.
magazine it was in.
Yeah.
so.
Oh, you love that magazine.
I love that magazine.
Me
yeah.
too.
Since I became a diabetic, that's what
Yeah,
I do.
now you gotta, right.
I mean,
What are some of the other secrets for being a diabetic? Because I know there's a lot of people out there that,
Well, you got to cut down on the carbohydrates.
Yeah.
And no more white bread. And
yeah, no
stuff
more
like
white
that.
bread.
can't
I
do
think
it.
that's the big one my father has a hard
Yeah,
time
me too. Oh, me too.
Yeah.
You know, when you're Italian, you eat Italian bread.
with. Italian bread too.
I
That's-
mean, with everything. With not just you can go in the house and see a loaf of Italian bread from Arthur Ave, and you want to get sliced with a piece of butter on it. I mean, they're pretty. It's almost like trying to quit smoking.
yeah.
The same
Oh,
thing.
they say that's the hardest
Yeah,
thing.
I mean, to quit all that stuff, and
I know.
and now I eat mostly vegetables. I eat, fish,
Yep.
vegetables, greens.
Well,
like
you're
I s-
hooked on the, all of us, the escarole.
Oh, I'm hooked on that. My mother, she taught me how to make escarole and beans and all that stuff, and
Yeah.
I love it. I make it.
Yep.
I kick it up a little bit,
Yeah,
but I like it. I make it for my son sometimes, my daughter. They like it. So,
sure.
uh,
I'm on the kale now.
Yeah.
They say it has the most vitamins. Of course, I like the escarole better, but you
Yeah.
know, I'm thinking about getting the most amount of vitamins I can.
You know, it's another good vegetable. The Italians call it chicoria.
Uh-huh.
Chicory.
Oh, chicory.
It's and the dandelions.
Yeah, I
oh,
still haven't had dandelion.
Oh, you blanch them a little bit, and then you cook them with garlic and oil.
Yep.
But I was reading a story on dandelions
Yeah.
that years ago they used to use them for medicinal purposes,
Right.
for diabetics actually. Somebody was telling me the story that when they, after they would blanch them, they would use the water and drink it.
Oh
Now,
wow.
that wouldn't be me, but that's what they would do. So, but
See, now we brown that just right,
yeah, oh, perfect.
perfectly. All right, our dressing is reducing. We could actually turn that off. That's done. And we're going to slice it and put it on the salad. Okay, so the feast is coming. Everybody better go. I just want to know, how do you get those fireworks to be better every year? How can you top what you did last year? I don't know how you do it.
Well, people, it's pretty funny how people, they know that they have good fireworks, but they always remember the fireworks a little bit. They never forget the finale.
Yeah.
So every year, more and more goes into the finale.
Right.
Fireworks, you see, you look and you look and you look,
Yeah.
but you never forget the finale. And boy, we load up on the finale.
Oh, I know.
And it's wonderful.
It
I
is.
mean, and the company we work for,
Mm-hmm.
Garden State Fireworks, they do a great job.
Excellent.
Well, you know why we work with them for? My brother started with them 35 years ago. Me and him both, and since then, you know, they have their own feast of Mount Carmel in Berkeley Heights on July the 16th. So they know what the feast means to us.
Sure.
So they you know, they make special shells for us. You don't see these. In 1994, we went to the world competition in Spain, and they won it with these competition shells. So that's the kind of shells that we get down there, and that's people don't forget them.
Right.
Perfect.
Perfect. Okay, we'll just take that one corner piece, we'll take that off, because we're going to do, and we'll cut it against the grain, so this way when you bite into it, it just falls apart in your mouth. Me, I would eat this raw. I wouldn't have even bothered cooking it.
Really? Great. Yeah.
That's
You
how
like
I
that?
like
Ed?
it. Yeah. We had sushi for lunch today, me and my friend.
That's wonderful.
Yeah. See, now we'll lay that over just like that. Okay. And then we'll put another one here. And then put that one there. And we got one more. So, now it's complete. Gino, I've had you here 3 times. There was no way I wasn't going to cook for you. So, all right. And I got my parsley. We'll put that right here. And that is voila.
Perfect, Vic.
Okay.
Perfect dish for a diabetic, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. Well, it's antipasto.
Yeah.
No pasta.
Thank you. You taught me something. I don't, when I cook salmon, like I say, but, and the sauce
We'll
looks
just
great.
drizzle this on top, and that'll be the finale.
That's the finale, right?
The grand finale. Excellent.
That's it, brother.
Okay. All right, we have about a minute left. Besides telling everybody, go to the feast, watch. You even do a little fireworks on Saturday night too, right?
We do a little bit of fireworks. The firemen have their parade.
Yep.
And they have their trophy presentation.
That's right.
And we get them. We get a little, it's a small show.
Yeah.
But it's a little show to know who won.
Right.
And they do a good job, the firemen.
Oh, without a doubt.
I think there's like 12 fire companies in it. Mm-hmm. So we're going to have a little show for them on Saturday.
Awesome.
So it's going to be a great feast. And I hope
I
everybody
can't
comes.
wait. Yeah, well, that's why I wanted to have the show now, so it'll air for a couple of weeks before the feast.
Yeah.
This way we get the word out, go to the feast, stop at the Paradise before you go to the feast.
Yeah.
You
But
can
don't
go
eat.
anytime. Yeah, don't eat. Wait till you go down to the feast.
Yeah.
All right. And I want to thank everybody that helps at the feast. I know how much work they do. You know, they're the unsung heroes, you know.
They really
And,
are. They really are.
They do a
all
lot of
pitch
work.
in. They do a great job.
Yeah.
They do a great job.
Me, I'm on vacation, so, you know. But this year I'll be down.
But
I'll
you're
be
a
helping you
member.
out.
You're a member.
Not yet.
You'll be one.
All right. I'll join. This time Joe's a member, John's a member.
Joe, your father for
My
many
father,
years.
yeah, he's been a member
Many
forever.
years. So
So.
we're looking forward to it, Vic.
Excellent.
Thanks for having me.
I appreciate you coming. Thanks.
Okay.
All right, I'm Victor Margiotta. This is the Community Show. Get out there, volunteer, do something for the community, and make it happen. Thanks for watching.